about this time, I'm getting to a point to where it kind of looks like human. It's got eyes, nose, mouth, cheeks, ears, hair, and I guess I want to take a few moments and just talk about the sculpture itself. Now, I pretty much just roughed out the hair. I kind of have a flow to it. I'm not going to show the entire process. I might point out one or two things, how to kind of create more of a flow or whatnot with the hair. But other than that, if all the masses are in place and the proportions are realistically believable, then you need to ask yourself, what does the sculpture need? Did you want to have the mouth open? Did you want to have the eyes staring in one direction? Maybe the texture of the entire sculpture is not conducive to the emotion you want to evoke. So there is this magical time when you look at a sculpture and say, what does it need? What does the sculpture need to make it successful? A few notes about hair. When you get to a point to where you get these masses put in and you're kind of happy with the flow of it, or you're just plainly sick of it, okay, I like to use a few tools, one of which is a bristle brush. Any kind of brush will do. I think the stiffer ones better than softer. Bigger is better as well, because what this allows you to do is, as you kind of comb the hair, I don't know if it really comes through on the camera, but it takes away a lot of those little pills, those little balls, and it blends the hair together. It doesn't take much. It really helps to smooth it out. I know how much people love to smooth out their sculptures, but it still offers some textures and it still has this nice little flow. I always would go back and scrape in some of the details. You know, you don't want to lose some of that flow. You don't want to lose some of those undercuts that create shadows. Okay. So always feel like you can go back, and again, my favorite tool, my fingers. Kind of comb through the hair, give it a finger comb, bring back some textures. If you create new little balls, get rid of them. You can even wet down the hair. You can wet down the brush, and you can create a nice texture this way. If you have very sharp hair, like spiked hair, don't be afraid to, create just a texture. The texture is what makes it believable, not necessarily accuracy in what it is. So, and if you do that, you can easily go back, change it again. Serrated rib is nice because it creates that kind of sense of lines, like individual hairs. I would say use it very sparingly, because if you start and stop and cross and crisscross, then the illusion is broken. So take a look at the base there. I did nothing to it. It's boring, it is in progress. I do want you to look at the entire sculpture and say, well, where we go with it? Should I smooth it out? Should I try to make it symmetrical? Should I rough it up? Should I make it look more like it has something that offers it more presentation value? Looking at the back here, I actually really like the deep cut it has. I like how it just cuts in and it adds to the motion of the hair here. I'm going to try to clean that up, give it maybe a texture that's different from skin and hair and whatnot, just to add some contrast, but make that part of the sculpture. Well, as you can see, it's come a decent way. I think it's kind of at a point to where I might just hollow it out. That's the next step. I'm still not totally finished because I'm going to hollow it out, because I'm going to be cutting the head off, because I am going to be taking out this armature. I will be cutting it probably, wow, right along here or something. I have the armature in here, and because the armature is across here, I do have to cut it in half. If you do not have that, you only have to cut the top.